morning, everyone, and welcome to today's video. So it is Sunday, September 10th, and it is our last day in Branson for my birthday trip. But never fear, we are not going straight home. It's been a very different experience being able to do that. Do you agree?
Yes.
For those of you who haven't been around for a while, when we would go to Branson prior to Sam working at the school, he had to be up and awake and ready to go to work at 4:30 in the morning. So the alarm would literally go off at 4:20 to wake him up, 4:30 to get up, and 4:40 to be out the door. Right?
I don't do that.
And so literally, if we left anytime after 12, it was not a good thing. So it's been a really different experience the last month, the beginning of August when we came. And then this, it'll be different this time because we don't have that restriction. Our alarm doesn't go off to go up and get ready for work tomorrow until 5:30. But even at that, we typically ignore that alarm and don't get up for another 45 minutes. And that doesn't do anything to our day. We'll probably really want those alarms in the morning. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Sam is currently, corner, wave hi. What are you doing?
Licking my laptop.
Sam is working on homework. You're doing your midterm.
I did my midterm. I got another shoot.
Now you're finishing up discussion post and essay questions?
No, the essay questions are already done. I've got a weekly wrap up.
Okay. So Sam is finishing that up so that he doesn't have to worry about it. I will say the nice thing is that when we come back to Branson over the summer, spoiler alert, that you will not have homework to work on.
I'll be done.
You'll be done. So unless he continues to go on for his master's, which we haven't decided yet on that.
I think I am.
You are?
Sort of.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Montgomery at Emporia.
Okay.
And still be online, but it'll be at Emporia.
Okay. And then
Well, I think we know what's targeted or what's done at Emporia. What Emporia State's big thing is.
well, for those who don't know, what is Emporia State's big thing?
Licking windows?
You're gonna offend somebody.
Really? Probably.
For those of you who don't know, Emporia State, which is in Emporia, Kansas, is known for its great teachers that come out of there. So Sam is going to get a master's degree in some sort of...
No, I'm going to transition and get my certificate to teach full-time as a full-time teacher.
So you're going to get your teaching degree.
Yes.
There you go. He's really enjoyed working with students this past month.
Yeah.
So, what is on this agenda for today? We're getting up. We have to pack.
Well, I'm assuming we're going to have this thing called breakfast.
I hope so, because I'm hungry.
I'm guessing today we might have first breakfast and second breakfast like a hobby.
Ooh, okay.
Because you want to...
Yes.
And you also wanted a Hertz donut.
I do. I want a Hertz donut. And I also have a coupon for 3 free Krispy Kreme donuts. But I do not have to share.
No, you don't have to share those whatsoever. And then we're talking about the Celebrity Car Museum.
Uh-huh.
And then we'll probably have lunch somewhere because that normally takes us a while.
Then, are we going to do Grand Country?
Maybe. I don't know.
Depends.
We will see.
Okay.
I'm not sure I'm that hungry.
I know. That's something that's kind of nice. We're not about vacation. Branson, you do not get small portions. So that's always nice. So I need to work on packing the room. Even though I've only been here a couple of days, you spread out. So I've got to get everything kind of condensed, pulled together. We have to take stuff to the car. And then we'll go have breakfast, check out, and then head to the Celebrity Car Museum. I think it doesn't open until 9. I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't open till 9, which is a couple hours from now, which is perfect timing. So, and like I said, we really don't have a time schedule of what time we have to be on the road to get home, even if we don't leave until 2. That puts us home at 8.
Yeah, that's not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like I'll have homework. The only thing I'll still maybe have to do if we don't do it going down the road is find the graphic organizers for one of my students.
Okay, so that's the plan. Stan. Hi, Stan.
Stan's watching? Hi, Stan.
Hi, Stan. So if you're Stan, hi. Or if you know Stan, tell him we said hi. So gonna get up,
Yeah, you know Stan.
This is us in the mornings. This is for those of you who have been around, you know this is really nothing new. So gonna get up, just pull together, clean up the room. I will catch up with you at breakfast. Okay, so we are up, we are dressed, we are ready to conquer the day. It is 7:25, so we're getting ready to go over next door, right next door. I'll show you guys from a view from our room. Hello, good morning, sunshine. So now I don't know if you can see it or not, but
No, I can't see nothing. The room just turned into a spot.
The building right there next to us, building 2, is where the breakfast is. So we're just gonna go outside and walk over and have breakfast. But let me show you what the room looks like. We've got stuff over here that's ready to go, except for Sam's pajamas that need to go in the bag. We've got my purse and the wallet over here ready to go. Our fudge, our box from the winery, and Sam's laptop that's charging so that I can use it in the car on the way home. Are you ready to eat?
Yes.
All right, guys. So I realized when I'm editing this that it went from going to breakfast straight into the car museum. So once we were done with breakfast, we went back up to the room and we loaded all of our stuff into the car. We had to make several trips because we had accumulated quite a bit of stuff that we had taken to the room. And so we had to take down the bags from Titanic and the stuff we got at the Haygood show and Hits of the 60s. And then we had to take the stuff from the winery and just lots of things that we had picked up that had gotten taken to the room so that they didn't get messed up or knocked out of the car or this, that, and the other. So we loaded the car and we checked out. And when I was checking out, I did make sure that our stay was from May 17th to May 27th. When I made the initial reservation, I didn't realize that the 27th was Memorial Day. So I was like, oh, well, we'll need to drive back on Sunday so we can, start the week on Monday, and whether we have part-time jobs or whatever, start with that. Didn't realize it was Memorial Day. I'm like, well, no one's going to work on Memorial Day, so we'll come home then. So it was really easy for them to add that night and sent me a new confirmation email, and we were on our way. We headed to from there, we went to the Celebrity Car Museum, so that is where we will see you next. So here is the pricing for admission. You can buy tickets online, but you can buy tickets at the counter. Adults, military or seniors, teens, kids under 5 are free. And then at the end, if you decide you would like a photo inside the vehicle, it's $10 per person per vehicle, or $20 per person if you want a picture in the Batmobile. So let's head on in. car museum. We took some pictures. Literally, I think it's under new management because they have a lot of cars outside to try to draw you in, but the cars are literally the same as when we went in 2021. But the people that were in there had no interest in talking to us.
Yeah, it wasn't.
They were on there.
I liked when the older couple owned it back when they had the Dino car.
Yeah, the two guys that were in there were literally on their phones and I don't know how much this is costing, and then I'm like, y'all are very not helpful. So we walked around, we took some pictures, we'll insert them after this clip, and then we've wanted to try Hertz Donuts for a while, but we think about it
after the fact
when we're in Wichita, because there's a couple in Wichita, but there was one right next to Dick Clark's Theater, which is where Legends is, which the bottom floor is the Sonic Car Museum. So we went over, and their decorated donuts are $3 a piece, or you can get 6 for $15. They do a military discount. So Sam got a drip coffee. I got their glitter coffee, which was absolutely the coolest thing ever. I should have taken a picture before I put the creamer in because you could see the glitter a lot better then. But it looked so cool. I could never not have glitter in my coffee now. So I'm gonna have to invest in edible glitter to make my own copycat Hertz Donuts. And they just put it in they typically put it in their nitro cold brew is what he said, but they were out or something was wrong with their cold brew. So he did it a different way, but it was so good. I absolutely adored. A+. But we have never had Hertz Donuts, and so we got 6. We got the pumpkin strudel, we got Andy's mint, their version of a cosmic brownie, Twix, peanut butter cup, and the Bart Simpson, which is Butterfinger. And then we cut the Andy's mints and the pumpkin streusel one into quarters, and you had 2 quarters of your pumpkin streusel, and I had the pumpkin streusel and the Andy's mints, and they were both really good but super rich. So we will be halving all the rest of them to be able to eat them and put them in zippy bags when we get home. So I'm running into Krispy Kreme because I have a coupon for my birthday for 3 free original donuts. So I'm going to redeem that while we're here in town. Okay, so I popped into Krispy Kreme's, didn't take very long at all. It does the coupon, because I asked, because they had their original glazed pumpkin spice donuts. I'm like, the coupon doesn't work for those. And she goes, I wish it did, but it's only the regular original glaze. I said, okay, that's fine, not a big deal. I was just curious. And she goes, thank you for being nice about it. Well, because literally the lady in front of me was yelling at the employee saying that she didn't get her order correct. And when they asked to see her receipt, she goes, I don't have my receipt, you didn't give me one. And they said, we always staple the receipts to the bags.
I don't even go in there that often, and I know they gave it to her.
And she like huffed and stormed out. So, yeah. But anyway, so the birthday coupon, if you sign up for Krispy Kreme Rewards, is a 3-pack of donuts, and it's a little over $5, and the price probably varies depending on where you're at. Of course, it's going to be a little bit more expensive on the strip, but it's 3 glazed original donuts, which is, perfect, And so I grabbed those, and they're in the back with our Hertz Donuts. So where are we headed to next?
Gas.
We are getting gas. It is currently 10 till 11, and we've kind of just fiddle-diddled this morning. We had talked about doing another round of miniature golf, but my knee is swollen. And we forgot to bring Sam's TENS unit, and the TENS unit is like
so we have an 11 unit.
It's a portable electric pulsing
electric stimulation.
Yeah, electric stimulation to like stimulate like nerves and stuff, and we forgot to grab it, and
I meant to.
We meant to bring it. We did not plan well. We did not pack until morning of, like night before and morning of, and so things got left. So when we get ready to come for however many 9-10 days, week and a half over the summer.
New church came.
Oh, cool.
It was the only Baptist church this time.
Oh, cool. What was I saying? Oh yeah, when we come in May, we will have a packing list and we will pack in advance. And be a little bit better ready for this trip. So we are headed to get gas at the Shell that's right up from Stone Castle. It's like right kind of catty corner from the St. James Winery. And so we're gonna do that, and then Sam wants to pop back by the all natural store, and then I think we're gonna be hitting the road. Is that about?
Jack.
Is that?
And don't you come back no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack.
I think that's the plan.
Yes, that's the plan.
Okay, because we've kind of.
No, then we're gonna play every round of mini golf in Branson.
My poor knee.
We will.
I will not be able to walk tomorrow.
We won't be home till tomorrow. What are you talking about?
That was kind of the deciding factor. Was Sam goes, if you do a whole bunch of more walking on that knee, up and down the way the Ozarks are, your knee isn't going to be no shape for you to do anything at work tomorrow. I'm like, okay, fair enough. So, gas, the holistic store, hit the road. We are so full. We're not even doing Grand Country before we leave.
Where would I put it?
That's exactly it. There's no place to put it. All right, time to get gas, and we'll catch you in a little bit. We got to pet a horsey. We decided to, after, I don't even know what the last clip was.
Flying monkeys.
Probably. So
We decided to go see flying monkeys.
we got my donuts and then we got gas. I think that was the last clip. We were hungry to go get gas. We stopped at the New Age holistic store, picked up a couple more things, and then
You got a free bag of tea.
I got a free bag of tea. And oh, you're going this route. Okay. And then I said, hey, can we go see the horses at Stampede before we leave? And Sam's like, yeah, let's do it. So we went out there and we talked to this wonderful older gentleman who was a rodeo clown
Still is
a rodeo clown, and he's probably in his 80s.
He's 75.
He's 75. He's like, just walk with me, and some of the horses that aren't as temperamental, I'll see if I can get him to let you pet them. Oh, okay. So
really twisting your arm, right?
I really had to twist my arm to pet the horses. We got to pet one. His name was Harley.
I petted 2 or 3.
Yeah, because they wouldn't come to me.
You kept doing this instead of this.
Yeah, I was holding my hand wrong, I think. But it does say horses will bite. So do not just walk up to the horses and expect to be able to pet them.
Unless you know what the heck you're doing.
Yeah. I recommend going in the morning around like 11 or 12 when they're out working with the horses and like watering them and feeding them lunch and that kind of thing, because there will be somebody out there and you can talk to them. And if you are polite, if you are nice, if you are kind,
if you know how to be a human being, put it that way.
Go, hey, is it possible to pet one of the horses? And 9 times out of 10, they're probably going to tell you sure. Just, don't be jerks in life, and awesome things happen. So
it's strange how that works.
I know. So we finally found the traffic. That's why.
Yeah, it was all trying to leave at once, so I'm taking a different exit.
We're like, no. So we're going out the way we came in, Shepherd of the Hills Expressway. So
let them all fight 76 Country Boulevard all they want.
Yeah, it really does pay to get a map.
No, Branson.
Get a map of Branson. Look at the routes. Look at where you're going, and go, oh, is there another way to get there?
Rourke Valley.
Rourke Valley. Westgate's that way. And so definitely recommend that because it really does help and it really will cut time if you know some of the different routes through Branson. So it's currently 10 after 1. We're on the road like an hour later than we thought we were going to be, but we spent literally an hour talking to this guy about the horses. So he wanted to talk, we were willing to listen, and it was just such a great way to end this particular trip. So we are now headed on the road. We discussed if we were going to grab something to eat, but we're both not super hungry. We did eat a good breakfast at,
and then we had donut
at Stone Castle before we left. It was the same. It was sausage links and the oven fried eggs again. So I had oatmeal.
I had biscuits and gravy
and then
fruit.
Then we both had the sausage and the breakfast potatoes, and like I said, then we went to Hertz Donuts. So we're pretty happy about that. So now it's time to get back to reality and head towards home. So we will catch up with you guys. So it's a while later. We stopped in Ozark, Missouri to have lunch. This is this couple, like the second or third time we stopped there.
Yeah.
Right off of the interstate is a combo KFC Long John Silver's, and the Long John Silver's that we have aren't that close.
We don't really have one at home anymore. The one in Salina closed, the one in McPherson closed, the one in Newton closed. I don't think there's one in Emporia.
No, but there's a couple in Wichita, but they're not that good.
They're not on the right parts of town either.
Yeah. So they're kind of sketchy to go to, or they're not good. But this one is consistently pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
You can't miss it. It's right off of the interstate. But we have...
What'd you do?
Nothing. There's some siren lights and stuff on this.
Yeah.
Oh. Yikes.
The truck is on the wrong side of the guardrail.
But while we were there, this really nice young, she was probably maybe 16.
Yeah, I would guess.
Working at the register.
Really sweet girl.
Really sweet girl. Took our order, and even Sam was like, oh, you don't have the 2 fish, 3 chicken platter anymore. She goes, oh, we do, it's just not on the sign.
Oh, then that's what I'll have, thank you.
And then I got the L2, which is 2 chicken. and it comes with 2 hush puppies and 1 side.
Yeah,
and you got
3 hush puppies somehow.
I definitely an extra hush puppy somehow from his plate.
Got fried breaded bread.
I watched him do it. But
he knows nothing.
But while we were sitting there eating, this older couple comes up to the one of the ladies, goes, are you the manager? And she's like, I'm one of them. What can I do for you? And she goes, well, we stood here and waited for 10 minutes for this girl, and they said girl really condescendingly. It made me mad. To take our order. And then she said, I'm sorry, I can't take your order at the moment. I'm really busy. And he's like, that's just unacceptable, and went on and on and on. It was her first day working on a Sunday by herself, according to the manager. And she was doing something for the manager that she had told her to do prior to waiting on any more customers, because they were trying to open something or unbox something or something that they needed for the drive-thru. Because it is currently 2:40, and so we kind of beat the lunch rush.
Just because we beat everybody out of Branson.
Right. He's like, well, you just best train her better and make sure she knows that she respects her elders. It's like,
I'm sorry. Yes, I understand, respect your elders, but you also have to treat people as humans.
Right. It was like, dude, seriously. So then about probably what? Maybe 2 or 3 minutes later, a lady from the back walked around to everybody and said they were giving out samples of hot wings. Would we like a free sample of hot wings? So we each got a hot wing, and you've tried yours.
It was good, decent.
And you said
it's got a good bite to it.
And she said they're pretty spicy, so be careful.
And I gave you the easier one to eat.
I don't like the wing portion. I like the drumstick portion. And she literally gave him a drumstick and me a wing, so we literally just like flip-flopped them.
That way you'll actually eat yours.
Yeah, I will in a little bit. But so now we are on the road. We are about 45 minutes away from our mid-trip stop, which is the downstream queue. If you are unaware of where that is, it is just outside of Joplin. It is literally the connection point of 3 states: Missouri, Oklahoma, and Kansas.
Because the casino's in Oklahoma.
Yep, the casino's in Oklahoma.
The gas station is in Missouri.
Right, which is really...
And you drive half a second and you're in Kansas.
Yeah, and I guarantee the only reason that it was built in Missouri is because they could sell liquor at the convenience store. And that you can buy liquor on the convenience store 7 days a week instead of... And they don't have set times. So, we always find that really entertaining when we drive through. But we always stop at the downstream queue. It's a really good halfway point. It's a little farther on like the coming than the going side.
But it's not quite centered, but
it's a good center point for us because typically we leave so early in the morning that we don't need to stop until typically about downstream queue.
Normally it was we would get up, have breakfast, and get on the road. Now it's changed a little bit. Get up, have breakfast, do some things, diddle around a little bit, and then get on the road.
Mm-hmm. It's so nice. It was so nice to be able to not worry about the fact that, we had stood there talking to the guy who worked at Dolly Parton Stampede for an hour while he was doing his job.
Really nice guy.
That we didn't have to worry about, we're not going to get home until, X time, and we still have this to do and that to do and whatnot. And I'm glad that you got all the rest of your homework done this morning.
So homework's done. The only things I need to do is find some graphic charts.
Organizers for a student.
Yeah. So, and figure out exactly what I want to say tomorrow.
One of the things I don't think we mentioned. Sorry, I started my gum. We stopped at a location called Save on Branson. It is a timeshare presentation shop.
Yeah.
If you are going to Branson, and if you don't mind doing a timeshare presentation,
you can save some money.
You can save some money. Be prepared to just say no. Just like drugs, we say no to drugs. Say no to timeshares. And they have some decent deals. We have used Save on Branson ourselves a couple times. The first time we went in 2017, Sam actually surprised me with the trip over Memorial Day.
Labor Day, because it was going to be for your birthday.
Labor Day. That's for my birthday.
Because I took the money from AT to pay for it.
That's right. So
I don't know. We go a lot, okay?
So I was like, wait a minute.
We go regularly.
We do.
We are Branson aficionados.
At least we try. So we have used Save on Branson before. So if you're willing to sit, here's the thing: if you're only going to be in Branson for
a weekend, don't worry about it.
Yeah, a couple days.
You're not really going to save your money.
You're not.
If you're going for a week, waste an hour and a half.
Waste that hour and a half, 2 hours, and see what kind of deals you can get. You do have to have a major credit card. You don't have to put it on the credit card.
No, you just have to have a major credit card, Visa, Amex,
Discover,
MasterCard,
any major credit card.
Foots.
Any major credit card. You just have to be prepared to show it, and it can't be a debit card. It has to actually be a credit card. Like I said, they don't swipe it or anything. They just have to show that you have it. Then it has to be valid. It can't be expired. So they'll ask to see that when picking up your tickets, and you move on. But if you're looking, like we were saying, if you're going for just like a couple days, like we did this time, where we got there on a Friday and are leaving late on a Sunday, don't waste a couple hours. Don't waste the time that you could be doing something. But if, like, we've said spoiler alert so many times.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. We're going back to Branson at the end of the school year.
For 6 months.
I thought it was 10 nights.
Yeah, 6 months.
Okay. When we go back in May, we'll probably burn a morning doing a timeshare presentation, because sometimes they'll literally hand you cash.
Yeah.
They'll be like that, because that happened when we stayed for a week in 2018. We booked what happened was, when we left in 2017, we booked a week at Stone Castle or something. We had a big or we had a couple extra days booked along with this package from Save on Branson. And when we were gifted the option to use a timeshare from one of our friends, I called Save on Branson and was like, hey, is there any way to do a refund for this, redo it? They're like, well, we can't give you a refund, but we can give you credit, and we can get you some extra show tickets. Okay, that's fair. So we ended up with a ton of free show tickets. And so we went in, did the presentation, took back, because you just be aware that you have to get a paper signed that's stating that you were there, and you have to take it back to Save on Branson. Or you will be charged the full price.
Well, it only makes sense that we actually do it.
Right. So just be aware that you actually do have to attend it, and you have to have this sheet signed stating that you were there.
And just say no.
And you say no. We've done one at the Welk. We've done one at Westgate Branson Woods. We did one, and then we did even though we didn't own a timeshare, they sent us to a timeshare selling,
because they're cheaper to buy them.
Yeah, because you can buy them through a timeshare, sell your timeshare place. It was really funny. But anyway, we took our paperwork back from doing the initial at Westgate, where we were actually staying, and they go, hey, do you want to make $400? And we're like,
the answer to that is always no. Of course, no one ever wants to make money.
And I was like, what do you want? What do we have to do? Like, well, we want you to, do you have time?
Kidnap the Pope.
Do you have time to attend another presentation? Well, how long is it and where is it? They said it's 30 minutes over in Apple Tree Mall, and it would be, I think it was on a Thursday afternoon or something. I'm like, Thursday afternoon for 30 minutes, and I get $400. They said, yeah, we'll give you $400 cash. Okay. So literally we did it. We walked in and we told them, all right, we were told this would take 30 minutes. And I set the timer on my phone. So I'm like, all right, in 30 minutes you're signing this paper and we're leaving. He goes, okay. So when my timer went off, I said, all right, sign my paper. Sometimes that's literally what you have to do, because timeshare salesmen are aggressive.
They have to be.
But they do. They have to be. So
they're worse than a used car salesman, but they have to be.
So if you're going to use a timeshare place to go through for tickets, just be aware to be able to say no, and go from there. If you are interested in a timeshare, then, you know, say yes. They will. The one thing about it though, like if you're going on a girls trip, and so it's like maybe me and my sped teacher and the paras, we decided to go to Branson. We could not attend a timeshare presentation because we're married. And your spouse has to be with you for your timeshare presentation because it is joint ownership. So, something to be aware of.
I don't own any ships.
You don't own a ship? Oh, darn.
Just a boat.
Just the boat? Okay. So...
It's about the size of a dinghy.
We are in Mount Vernon, just outside Mount Vernon, Missouri. We are about 40 minutes away from Downstream Q. And so we're going to go back to listening to our Unexplained Mysteries podcast, and we'll catch up with you.
Hello.
I was chewing. Hello. I'm the one that started the video as I'm chewing, so it's like...
And then she's going to get mad at me for it. It's like, wait a minute. I didn't do it.
I'm not upset at nobody. So, we are officially back in Kansas. We just stopped at the Downstream Q, used the bathroom, got a drink. I got some licorice. If you've not had this licorice, you are missing out. It's phenomenal. If you want to try it, Dollar Tree sells it. So we are about 3.5 hours from home. So like we were saying off camera, this isn't really the middle of the trip.
No, it's just it tends to work best.
It's a good stopping point coming to get gas and typically to use the bathroom.
And sometimes to change. Because sometimes if we get up super early... We'll just get in the car in jammies and go.
Yeah. I think the very first time that we came to Branson in 2017, literally we went to a baseball game in Wichita with his unit the night before.
Just with a few guys.
A couple of guys from the unit the night before. And then we got home at like 10:30 and got up at 2 because he's like, we need to be in Branson at X time so that we have as much time as possible to be able to do things because we were there for such a limited time. And so we literally the alarm went off at 2. I changed clothes. I stayed in my pajamas until we got here to the Downstream Q.
Actually, you stayed in your pajamas until we got all the way to Mount Vernon.
Oh, was it the Mount Vernon?
Because you changed to Mount Vernon.
Okay. Because I was still asleep at Downstream Q. But we are literally 2 miles outside of Lena, where we stopped on the way here on Friday.
To get our kicks on Route 66.
So we pretty much Galena's not even the halfway point. I don't know where the halfway point really is. But
wherever's about an hour from right here.
But we should be home around 7:30, and it'll probably take us about a half an hour or so to get unloaded. So that or at least some of the stuff in, like the suitcase, the wine that we bought at the St. James Winery. We'll probably end up unloading.
Yeah.
So we'll probably be and then we'll be able to relax, and we'll probably end up grabbing McDonald's or something along the way home.
Like Parsons or somewhere a little further.
Yeah. Because we can't even do that in El Dorado because McDonald's is so off of the path.
McDonald's is in a horrible spot in El Dorado.
So, we're a couple miles outside of Galena. We are making really good time. The traffic's not crazy, but then again, it's September and it's not...
Last weekend.
Right. Not Labor Day weekend. It's not a holiday weekend. It's not the summer. Now, granted, probably even during the summer, the traffic where the route we go probably isn't going to be the craziest until we get closer to Branson. So, all right, we're going to catch you guys in a little bit. I'm probably going to take another nap, and we'll see you soon. Good morning. It is the next day. So, I ended up not filming anything last night after the last clip you saw. We stopped in El Dorado, grabbed some dinner, grabbed something at Taco Bell, and I'm glad I didn't film because I got super frustrated last night at Taco Bell. It took 20 minutes to get 3 tacos. Anyway, so we had such a great trip. I'm coughing a lot more today. One, I'm tired still. We didn't get home until around 8, and then we unloaded everything, and then it was like winding down, and I don't think we got actually to bed, ouch, I hit the steering wheel, until around 10, and then didn't sleep real great. Believe it or not, I coughed less in Branson. You may believe that the altitude difference really did like have an effect on my breathing, but I have this like little instrument that tells me like good, bad, good, best, for my breathing, and you do it 3 times to blow the little sensor and see where it lands. And I'm still blowing up around my green mark where they want me to be, so that's a positive thing. And if you listen, I'm not wheezy, so I'm not bronchial. It's upper chestal, so that's makes me happy. We got in so late, we decided to just grab some sandwiches for lunch.
There was one left in the box, but there is that Dr. Thunder in the back.
I'll grab a Dr. Thunder. So when we stopped at Casey's to grab soda, we just grabbed a couple of their pre-made subs. We each grabbed a turkey and cheddar sub so that we didn't have to worry about lunch. And you still want coffee, right?
I think I'll do it.
Okay. So the coffee that Sam wanted from Casey's, which is their new seasonal like maple pumpkin something, wasn't working on Friday. Still not working today. So we were gonna stop in Marion, but are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
I'm planning to fall asleep during school today, no biggie.
Oh, okay.
And one set a good example.
Okay. So what was your favorite part of the trip?
Well, Always Hits of the 60s is definitely top of the list.
100%. The Hay Goods were great, the new show. And we've got some, and you guys have saw clips of that already. Like we said, the Wizards World Indoor Blacklight.
Hertz Donut wasn't bad.
Hertz Donuts was so good. Like we said, we got the half dozen, and I was putting them in Ziploc bags this morning to help them stay fresh, and they were still moist and sticky, and very, very impressed by that. So, I baggied up my Krispy Kremes.
Fudge.
Oh, more fudge. I was really impressed with the Ozark Land fudge. So, we were laughing about, you know, how we could spend $100 on fudge and have like 6 boxes of fudge with 6 pieces in each box. Never know, it may happen in May. So, overall, was such a great trip. We are so happy that you guys tagged along with us.
I wish I had the meatloaf and stuff.
Okay, so we know that one of our that maybe I know did they have it Sunday at brunch or just when we did lunch last month?
I don't know.
I don't remember. I know they have it for lunch. So maybe what we need to do in May is pick a lunch that we'll go eat lunch at Grand Country. And it could be because they are running their seasonal stuff.
Yeah.
I think we talked about
that meatloaf was good year round though.
Well, I agree. But I think we mentioned it. They only had half of the buffet open because
the roast was really good though.
The roast was very your prime rib roast or the roast.
The prime rib roast.
Yeah, and they actually had real horseradish this time. Which is funny they didn't have it last month. So.
They had this spot for it. I just think they were out.
So we will make sure to stop and have Grand Country buffet we'll probably do one breakfast, one lunch, one dinner. It's over the course of a week. And don't forget that they do have a Sunday brunch that's really good too. So overall, always a great trip to Branson, and there's a lot coming up.
I got a lot of stuff we're looking at for next stopped, and I think we mentioned this, who knows, it's the next day, so sorry if this is a repeat. We stopped at Save on Branson, which is a timeshare selling spot, and it's the one, if you want to do a timeshare presentation or don't mind doing one, it's the one that we recommend and we would say to use because we've used them. But we stopped in and just grabbed a whole bunch of show brochures. Literally everywhere you go in Branson is a rack of show brochures. But the timeshare sales places have tons of brochures. And they said, hey, do you need any help? And we just went, nope, we're just picking up some show brochures. And they're like, okay, great. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. So,
we'll probably call once we know what we want to do.
And see what kind of deal we can get.
Because, I mean, going for a week and a half almost, you know, you don't mind sitting for 2 hours in a show.
Right. So, and typically they feed you.
Yeah.
They give you some sort of snacks or some sort of...
Westgate gives you a full buffet.
Westgate gave us like a full breakfast because we did the morning one. So, alright, so that is the conclusion of our trip, and we will see you guys in the next video. Make it a great day, y'all. Bye!